Checkmate, Mr. President. Woohoo! Nice! Whoop, whoop, whoop. Mr. President, will you allow us to continue with our investigation? Is that a yes? Fine. I yield. I will allow it. My heart is generous, my heart is tolerant and merciful. Therefore, as such, certainly, thus we shall. It is our duty, for a most noble cause. What the hell is he spewing? Gentlemen, now is the time. I, the President of Zhengfa, for the sake of the investigation... This guy sure likes beating around the bush. Yeah. Knightley, we have received the President's permission. Could you return our evidence? Here. Knightley returned all of the evidence. Yay! You did it, Mr. Edgeworth. Indeed. Now we can resume the investigation. It's funny how happy you are just because I gave you your precious pieces back. Now let's see how well you use them. Pay attention then. Here is my next move. Mr. President, may I make one more request of you? Would you please testify about the moment of the incident? Testify? Hey, hold on a sec. That's your next move? Isn't that the sort of thing you'd leave to the courts? Naturally, it's a courtroom procedure. However, I'd still like to hear what he has to say. If he refuses to cooperate with the investigation, he will have to give a clear reason. That's... Is there something wrong? Knightley, stand down. I shall grant the Honourable Prosecutor's request. I thank you for your cooperation. Now, heed my words. Okay. Okay, so... Where was I when the incident occurred? Ah yes, the stage. Then, Rook and Knightley suddenly appeared and stood in front of me. After that I heard a gunshot and a red balloon bursting. And so, those two attempted to escort me into the plane. But then, the second gunshot. The bullet pierced through Rook's body and struck my bulletproof vest. Huh. If that's the case, then the President's a victim too, right? It was an assassination attempt. Mr. Rook just happened to get caught up in it, unfortunately. Isn't it strange? Why would the victim want to interrupt the investigation? Of course, if it becomes public, it would cause problems. I see. There's still some deep dark secrets behind this case, right? Certainly the President, and perhaps Knightley too, know of this secret. Without fail, I shall reveal it for all to see. Oh yeah. Right, time to rebuttal. Hold it! You aware of just how serious this incident is? You naive man. Did you think I would be perturbed by that question? Of course, I am well aware that a coward attempted to shoot me. At the time, I was on the stage delivering my speech. Then Rook and Knightley suddenly appeared and stood in front of me. Hold it. Bullshit. Did you realise there was a shooter when they appeared in front of you? What was I doing at that time? Ah yes, the speech. During my speech I was in a euphoric state, a state of nothingness and enlightenment. So, you got nervous and blanked out. Nay, I have not forgotten a single occurrence that transpired during my speech. When Rook and Knightley appeared in front of me, I was surprised. After that I heard a gunshot and a red balloon bursting. Red? Technically it's red, like half of it, but for the most part it's grey. Yeah, that is not, it's not red. What you on about, bro? A red balloon burst. I'm afraid that's not the case. What? Please have a look at this piece of evidence. Can you see what has burst? Oh. Oh, that face is the best. This is... what exactly? It's the Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo-Old Tokyo. You do well to remember it. If you wish to win the support of this nation's people. And don't forget the rival show, the Jamming Ninja. God, she's obsessed. The balloon that was ruptured by the bullet was no ordinary red balloon. It was a Steel Samurai balloon. Would it really even class as a red balloon? But according to the plans, there should have been 2 red balloons. Really? It says so right here on the security plan. Does it? It doesn't say anything about a balloon. It certainly looks like there are only 2 round balloons drawn here. Riley, what is the meaning of this? Explain at once. Yes, sir. That Steel Samurai balloon was a last-minute replacement. Replacement? For what? That's what we were told. Seems that information didn't make it to the President. We ran into a little trouble during setup last night. One of the balloons that we had prepared burst. So you scrambled to find a replacement. Exactly. We just happened to run into a guy manning a stand in the park. He said he'd lend us the Steel Samurai balloon. He was kind of a poser. Stand, a Steel Samurai balloon, and a poser. Oh dear. We pumped air into its red samurai pants to create a makeshift balloon. Oh! So it wasn't even stood up. So the Steel Samurai balloon looked just like an ordinary red balloon. Is that what you mean? Knightley, why was I not informed of this? Sir, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't think it was important enough to report. Couldn't you tell by just looking at it? I did not notice it. So you mistook the Steel Samurai's pants for an ordinary balloon. Was there a reason why you made that mistake? What now? A moment please, I just remembered now. I could not see the balloon very well. You couldn't see it? Exactly. At the time, the wind was strong. The flags on the stage were fluttering wildly, and they obstructed my view. The flags? Did you not see the flags that were set up on both sides of the stage? Due to strong winds, they were waving about just like this. That's bullshit though, because the one on the right hand side had a bullet hole, or bullet go straight through it, and into the Steel Samurai. So a strong wind was blowing at the time of the incident. The flags were fluttering wildly. Is there a problem with that? There's a problem. President Huang, you have my gratitude. Your testimony has helped me uncover a new contradiction. A contradiction, you say? Yes, one that turns the very foundation of this case on its head. During my investigation, there was no wind at the crime scene, so the flags remained still. However, the flags were actually fluttering in the strong wind. This completely changes the meaning of that piece of evidence. Which evidence contradicts the state of the crime scene? Where the hell is it? Oh, there we go. The bullet's trajectory! The gunshot rang out during the president's speech. The bullet struck the balloon. And also pierced through the national flag. I previously deduced the bullet's trajectory using these facts. Woo! The assassin fired the bullet from the left side of the audience area. However, if the flags were fluttering about like so, my reasoning changes. Ah! Yeah, the trajectory would be different. Since the flag's position has changed, correct, the bullet's trajectory must also change. And if we trace the trajectory of the bullet, we can tell who fired the shot. But Mr. Edgeworth, that person is... Indeed. I still don't understand why, however, it can be none other than him. By tracing the bullet's path, who was the person who fired the gun? Knightley! person who shot the balloon was none other than you, Horace Knightley. What? Connect the bullet holes in the balloon and the flag, and the line points to you. Oh, it's been updated. There we go. Not bad. But that guy's one of the President's bodyguards. Why would he have shot the Steel Samurai balloon, sir? Preposterous. I agree with the detective. There is no reason. Are you saying Knightley, who has saved my life on numerous occasions, is an assassin? Prosecutor Edgeworth, I've had it up to here with you. My job is to protect the President. Knightley, control yourself. Sorry, sir. Prosecutor, indeed, the wind was strong during my speech. However, the wind's strength can change very quickly. Evidence shows evidence that the flag was flying at the moment of the gunshot. The gunshot occurred the moment the President raised his fist into to the sky. The evidence that shows this moment is... Do I have something that shows the state of the flag? I'm assuming it would be one of these. I mean, I don't see no flag. And that's when he raises his fist into the air. Yeah, I would say it's that one. The evidence is in this photo. Interesting. And where is this photo exactly? Oh, it's this one. Proof that the flag was flying in this photo is right here. Don't you see? The fluttering flag can be seen in this photo. No. There's no mistake that the flags were flying at the moment of the incident. So then, it really was that guy who shot the balloon. That would mean Mr. Knightley is the assassin. Horace Knightley is not the assassin. Horace Knightley is not the assassin. The only thing he shot was a balloon. A balloon on the opposite side of the President. He wasn't aiming at the President. Why then? Why was it necessary for me to do a thing like that? Depending on your answer, I might take aim at your pretty little head. Why was it necessary? I presume the reason is connected to the one thing that's felt out of place. The one who shot the balloon was the President's bodyguard, Knightley. Bullet's trajectory shows that Knightley shot the balloon on the right side. That fact will change the entire viewpoint of this case. Logic. I was about to say, is it logic time? So Knightley shot the balloon, and Knightley's position. Why was Knightley's position changed? Because I can't turn my head to the right. My position got changed to the President's left side. In other words, I was relocated to the right side of the stage. Was that really the only reason? If the plans had not changed, and Knightley remained on the left side of the stage, Knightley can't turn his head to the right. Would he have been able to aim at the balloon on the left side of the stage? Perhaps the security plans were altered so that Knightley could shoot the balloon. If that's the case, what's this? The details of the security plans were changed. That's right. It was changed yesterday. President's orders. The security plans were changed on the President's orders. So change of security plans. Ordered by the President. Was this done so Knightley could shoot the balloon? Why? I don't see the point. More logic? Oh yeah. I love me a bit of logic. So now it's assassination attempt. Premeditated crime. Huh. I mean, they're the only two I have, so... In other words, the President knew about the balloon being shot. He knew about the attempt on his own life. If you think about it that way, everything that's been out of place in the is beginning to add up. Why was the assassin able to get a gun past such tight security? Why was the assassin wearing a conspicuous red hood? Why did they use a laser sight that would so easily reveal their location? Why was the president so calm after being shot? This was the truth the president and his subordinates tried to conceal. There can only be one reason why Knightley fired the gun. The entire assassination was a setup. Eh? Huh? Ooh. How dare you? Do you seriously understand what you're implying with this? Of course I understand. In fact, now I understand everything. Mr. President, you wish to take the investigation rights from me. That was also you could conceal the real truth. How dare you mock me with these spurious allegations? Mock you? That was not my intention. I simply used logic to uncover the truth, that is all. Knightley fired the first shot in order to rupture the balloon. Hearing the gunshot, and the sound of the balloon bursting, the audience began to panic. This was followed by one more shot. Wait, one more shot? Yes, Knightley turned towards the balloon and pulled the trigger, a second time. The second gunshot was also fired by Knightley, to create the illusion of the second shot hitting the president. And what about the bullet that hit the president's bulletproof vest? What if that bullet vest had been prepared in advance? What's the matter, Mr. President? Afraid of facing a little bullet? That's not true. I was definitely shot. If we examine the bullet in your vest, it would answer the question for us. We will find Rook's blood on that bullet. Or will we find? But the person in the red hood who shot me is in that photo. Weren't you listening, Mr. President? From the bullet's trajectory, the one who fired the shot must have been Knightley. Then Nicole, she too was part of the president's plan. She was to bear the blame and become the false assassin. The red-hooded figure. Exactly. I don't know how much of the plan Miss Swift knew beforehand. However, she didn't fire the gun. All she did was aim the laser pointer at the president's head. That's right, Once the crowd began to panic, you would turn your parka inside out. And thus, the red-hooded figure vanished. After that, you discarded the gun, a security plan in the trash. And the illusion of the assassin vanishing like a ghost was complete. And with the assassin gone, the case would go unsolved, pal. Yes, that's what he was... Oh, that was what he hoped for. That's why he wouldn't let Mr. Edgeworth investigate the case. Because Edgeworth is just too good. Exactly. All of this was an asinine publicity stunt from a lying president. But you... Oh god. Ew. Oh god, he's like got a blow-up body. Oh my god. You are wrong. Oh my god. He revealed his true form. The assassination is a lie, isn't it? The chief. Why did he have to pick you? This... It's absurd. Should not have happened. Objection. Who the fuck was that? Oh wow, that was different. Objection. Well played, Mr. Prosecutor. Knightley? I'm speaking with the President. Speaking with the President now, thank you very much. You're a chess player. You know knights always strive to protect their king. Oh god, this fucking... stupid ass animation. So shut up. Now. Are you threatening me, Mr. Knightley? What's with this guy? Oops, sorry, I went over the top there. But on to business. As my first move, I want to ask you a question. You say I fired a gun on the stage, right? Then I should have been caught. The entire audience was watching me. I see. Now it's my move. You used a certain object to prevent the spectators from seeing you. A certain object? What did Knightley use to prevent the audience from seeing him? The thing they have in front of them? Perhaps? Yeah, the bulletproof case. The attache case. Exactly. I'd like you to have a look at this photo Kay took. Ah, you can actually see... Yeah, his right hand's completely hidden, and it actually looks like he's using something. Yeah, your right hand is completely hidden by the case. This photo captures the exact moment you secretly fired the gun. You use the attache case as a screen. Objection! You seem to enjoy making up convenient stories, Mr. Prosecutor. Well, you've missed something. What have I missed? That everything you've said is just a hypothesis, a theory. Flags flapping in the wind, using the case as a screen. The security plans were modified because I can't move my neck. You got no decisive evidence. Yeah, it'd be great if you had the bullet that hit the balloon. Then you could examine it and see if the ballistic markings matched my gun. But that bullet's probably at the bottom of the lake. Finding it would be real tough. Right. I hate to admit it, but it's as he says. There's no decisive evidence. If there's no proof, the only thing you can do is shut up, so do so. Now who's holding? Oh, Nicole. Oh, Swift. Her name's Nicole, isn't it? I can't remember. Miss Swift. Ah, it is Nicole. Okay, cool. That's it. If she speaks, we could hear new testimony. Hey lady, you got something to say? Never mind. There we go. I thought so. Nicole. Don't be afraid. The truth will escape if you let that man intimidate you. You're a reporter. A journalist, are you not? I will not remain silent. You better consider your position. Use your head before saying something you'll regret. I forgot the #1 rule of journalism. Journalists must not tell lies. You can't call it a scoop if it ain't the truth. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm sorry. I've been hiding this the whole time. Wait a minute. She didn't even have a gun, did she? What she had was literally just a laser pointer. Huh. This is... I used this laser pointer to aim at the president. That's all I did. I never fired the gun. You stupid woman. Woman! If you testify, you'll be admitting you're an accomplice. I don't care. I'm gonna tell him everything. 3 days ago, I was covering an event at the Zengfa embassy. Then some of the president's men called me over. Ah. They said if I cooperated, I'd get an exclusive interview with the president. And the gun in the trash? I really don't know. All I was told was to come wearing a red hood and to aim the laser pointer. I never thought it would snowball into all of this. I'm really, truly sorry. Nicole, thank you. That was a testimony worthy of the courtroom. This is sufficient testimony to verify the fake assassination plot. Damn you, the lot of you. You're all a bunch of mindless morons. It's a shame. If only you had been able to usurp the investigation as planned. You would have been able to silence this young lady. Oof! Man, he looks interesting. Blast! So, tomorrow's headlines now read... Fake assassination plan exposed. Becomes a murderer. Oh, becomes a murder. Right. I can't believe that you do something this horrible, pal. I admit nothing. Now who's... Oh, President. President? Knightley. That's enough. We have no choice but to admit it. So, Mr. President, you admit that you planned a fake assassination? Yes, I admit it. I'm sorry. But why? Why did you have to do this? My approval ratings in Zengfa have fallen. I wanted to appeal to them as a strong president who survived an assassination. But in the end, it was just a lie. A stupid lie. And the bullet in the bulletproof vest? Prepared earlier. It was not fired today. As we thought. As we had deduced. But what about Mr. Tequila? It seems our plan was leaked. Someone wanted to make this fake assassination real. Oh! That's why Tequila wore a red raincoat. He would impersonate the culprit from the plan, in order to approach the president. But there's still one thing I don't understand. What's that? Why did Rook die? His death was not a part of the charade. And yet it really happened. Yes, why was his life taken? Ethan was an outstanding bodyguard. Even though he wasn't from my country, he had my utmost trust. I wouldn't think that having the trust of a cowardly president meant that much, honestly. Hey, that's the same sort of bond between me and Mr. Edgeworth, pal. I would put it that way. Did Rook know of your plan? Not the exact details. I asked him to cooperate and he refused. You should have listened to his advice. Yes, indeed. I wouldn't have done all this if I had known. Shh. You're being too dramatic. What? Rook was just one piece of the president's defense. Knightley? Did Knightley kill Rook? It's not as if he cooperated with your plan. I did. He ran away, taking whatever dignity he had left with him. Good riddance. I know you're a valuable bodyguard, but still. I don't have time for this, sir. I'm the team leader now. There's going to be a lot of changes now that the chicken's gone. After all, adaptation is the most important principle in cheese. I knew you always wanted to be the team leader. But isn't this a bit imprudent? I will orchestrate even more perfect plans, just like this one. You definitely have ambition. But wasn't your perfect plan today a failure? If it weren't for you and that idiot Rook, it would have been perfect. What did Rook do? If he hadn't died, the killer wouldn't have threatened me. And you would have never set foot in this plane. Knightley, how can you say such a thing? Yeah, he died trying to save you, Mr. President. Maybe he fulfilled his lifelong ambition. He died protecting the President. Huh? But the assassination was fake, right? Of course it was, but you need to listen closer, little girl. Remember the guy who wanted to make the fake assassination real? There were 2 gunshots at the time of the incident. The first was, as you said, I shot the balloon. But the second one wasn't me. So who fired the second shot? The real assassin. But it wasn't the killer. He intended to attack the president with a knife, not a gun. The lucky winner was the hidden queen. Or should I say, the lady in the coat over there. Huh? Oh dear. You're accusing Nicole, pal? Again? I ain't no assassin. Really? I don't believe you. The gun that was left in the trash. That was yours, right? Oh my god. We're back to this shit. Ba-da-da-da, Knightley's testimony. I shot the balloon and entered the plane with Rook and the President. Rook waited in the cabin while I led the President into the security room. When I came out, Rook was already on the ground. The bullet that lady fired must have hit him while we escorted the President to the plane. The shot was fired from the gun you found in the trash. So, you're saying you don't know exactly when the victim was shot? The Knight's job isn't to protect the Rook. It's to protect the King. Huh. What he's trying to say is that his job was to protect the President only. It's over if you lose the King. Checkmate. That's the first rule of chess. If you let your pieces get taken right in front of you, you're not likely to win. But I did win. Look, the President is safe. Don't claim victory when the game has only just begun. Oh! Ba-ba-ba. Okay. So the victim had no part in your plan? Yeah, that's right. He didn't even know it was all fake. So you're saying he thought it was a real assassination attempt? Ah. But you fired the gun right next to him. Wouldn't he have noticed? Maybe he did. Not that it matters now. Besides, even if he thought the